Hello, everybody. Welcome to our July trainings for STEM.LD. If you're in this session, this is geared towards instructional leaders at the schools. And specifically what we mean by that is folks that are going to be supporting educators in their growth and providing feedback throughout this year. So we really wanted a time and a space for you to get a few extra skills, professional learning opportunities that you can then use to support your teachers throughout the year. Before we jump in though, we wanted to start with the end in mind. We wanted to give you some suggestions about how to apply what you're about to learn throughout next year. So we have a few slides. This will take about 5 minutes before we start. My name is Stephen Lafamina. I'm part of the TNTP team that is supporting STEM.LD. So like I said, this is about the role that school instructional leaders play in building a strong foundation for STEM instruction at your schools. Upcoming, there's about 6 hours of trainings. It's about 3 hours for science, 3 hours for math. And the idea is that by the end of that, you're going to get some practice, some tools, some resources, specifically to kind of highlight some ways to be giving teachers feedback to what to look for in classrooms so that throughout the year, you can be working with them to make sure that their practice, their support for students is growing so students constantly get a better instructional experience. But today is our recommendations, this session right here, these 5 or 6 minutes about how to apply those. So not how to get into the classroom, but what to do with this training once it's over. This all is founded in a key assumption, right? That strong STEM instruction depends on schools having a strong vision for what good instruction looks like. And that educators getting powerful feedback is a crucial way that they improve their practice and students benefit. Right? So this is about vision setting, and this is about educators getting feedback. And we think that's the role of instructional leaders in schools. And so we want to kind of help you play that role, even more fully than you already are. So our training is going to provide examples, tools, resources, and practice, right, to help you grow as a STEM instructional leader in your schools. So trying to make this kind of simple and condensed. 4 recommendations for how to apply what you're about to get in the next 6 hours or so of professional learning. First, have that vision for what strong and STEM instruction will look like. And we'll talk more about that in the trainings and a bit here. Number 2, you're going to get some resources, you're going to get some tools, you're going to do some practice, you're going to see some videos, but hang on to these resources. Right, and deepen your understanding of how to apply these protocols when you're observing teachers and giving feedback. Number 3, use what we call the STEM Teaching Action Planner. It's a specific document that you can be using to be keeping notes and planning your next steps, and use that to create a plan for how you're going to improve STEM instruction at your school. And number 4, once this is all done, once you have that vision, once you are familiar with those tools, as you've kind of been sketching out ideas on the STEM Teaching Action Planner, get into classrooms, use the tools, give that feedback, figure out those trends, and provide those growth opportunities teachers are going to need to improve. But we find one of the single most important things in order to improve instruction at a school is a commitment by instructional leaders to get into classrooms and provide that feedback. So that's what we're encouraging. Our first recommendation, we're not going to go too deep on this, but just wanted to highlight that it's important to have that vision for great STEM instruction. And questions you can be asking yourself, such as to what extent do you already have a vision? And what do you see in classrooms right now? What's the impact of that? And what challenges do you face to realize that vision right now? So we'll go through an example of a vision, but really for you to react to and talk through ways you can create your own. Recommendation number 2. Keep and deepen understanding of the student assignment and classroom observation resources we share in these trainings. We're going to provide training in math and science about how to look at the assignments that students are given, the thing that represents what they're aiming to learn and achieve by the end, and give feedback about whether it's on grade level, right? And whether it's giving students really the opportunity to stay on pace for these great careers that we want to prepare them for. And also some tools to observe classrooms. How do we know if it's great instruction, right? That's really engaging students and giving them the same opportunity to meet those high expectations. This QR code, this link will be your guide throughout all the sessions. So if you go there right now, you see in those folders, you're going to see all of these protocols. You're not just going to see the protocols though, you're going to see some additional resource lists. You're going to see some videos. You're going to see a lot of things you can just use. It's a toolkit, right? That's why we call it that. Go there, make it your best friend as you're engaging this year and giving classroom observations and supporting teachers. Recommendation 3, this is like your note-taking template for the next 6 hours. Again, we call it the STEM Teaching Action Planner. You're going to see spaces where you can be thinking about your ideas in 2 different areas. First, vision. Right? What is the vision for what great STEM instruction looks like in your school? So that's this quick little screenshot right here. And second, what are the next steps you're thinking about improving the quality of assignments that students have access to and the instruction that students have? So really, it's, like I said, it's a note-taking space, but we encourage you to actively use it. We want you to leave these trainings with some concrete next steps that you can be doing to really be pushing towards having that great vision, that routine of getting into classrooms, and the way you think about giving students really teachers feedbacks on the assignments and the instruction itself. And then finally, recommendation 4, we've mentioned this already, get into classrooms. This is just one flow about what a routine could look like, about using that assignment tool beforehand to really know what the goal for that classroom period is, making sure you're sharing feedback with teachers, making notes about what you want to observe next time, right, to plan for that next visit. And then definitely using that instructional walkthrough tool as a way to consistently aim for a high bar for instruction and make sure that teachers are kind of on board and know what that standard is. That's it for our introduction. We hope you really enjoy the 6 hours of training. Is the last thing we'll say before we end this brief video is we're also looking forward to your ongoing feedback throughout STEM.LD. And with that in mind, we'll be forming an educator work group later this summer and into the fall. The educator work group, we're inviting all school instructional leaders, if they're interested, to email Katrina Brinker at tntp.org. And express your interest in this. The purpose of the group is to provide ongoing feedback to STEM.LD that can improve how STEM.LD is supporting you and supporting students to reach those milestones in their path towards engaging in STEM careers. So if you're interested in this, if you have insights that you want to add about how all of STEM.LD is operating and how it could operate better, please write Katrina. We look forward to engaging with you in these conversations. Thank you again for your time. We're really looking forward to working with you this year, and we will talk to you soon and see you on the next video.